Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Creative Writing. It is week 5. We are focusing on dialogue. And your assignments for this week are going to all be due by 11:59 p.m. on October 1st. So make sure you get them done. So this week, set up like just our other last few weeks, we have a lecture on dialogue. We have another shorter lecture on the stories and the instructional texts for this week, the before and after shot, if you will. Our readings for this week are a little bit longer, so I know sometimes I recommend you do both. This week, really, you can just pick one. Always you can pick one, but for this week especially, the first is The Lernaean Hydra by Agatha Christie. It is a Hercule Poirot mystery. And the second is Big Blonde. Different than last week's. I know it still has the word blonde in there, but it's a totally different story, by Dorothy Parker. So one or the other. If you really want to do both, you can. And then we have our creative writing sample on dialogue. I also have for you this week an optional reading of the rules to format dialogue. I'm not probably going to talk about them too much in the lecture because I want to focus on technique. So I wanted to make sure that you had a document about how to punctuate things if you are a little bit newer to writing. Our optional viewing this week is How to Write Compelling Dialogue, a Proven Process. And this is featuring an author, Jerry Jenkins, who's written some best-selling works. So it's an interesting video, and I really liked what he had to say. So for the assignments this week, the discussion forum, same as it's been the last couple weeks. What'd you learn? What can you take away? What do you not want to do? And then your assignment on dialogue. So if you have a work in progress, you can take a scene and revise dialogue. You can add dialogue to an action-driven scene. You can add dialogue to show something about your character rather than telling something about your character. There are a couple different options there for you. I'm not reading all of them, obviously, but there's a lot of different options. And then we have some options for you if you want to write something new. One of them is to write dialogue through text messages. One is to have a scene featuring 2 or more characters who have problems communicating. You think about these however you like. Having problems communicating, I think one of the first things that comes up are people in a relationship, right? But if you think about like that story Charles that we read a couple weeks ago that featured a kid, they might have problems communicating with their parent, right? Or maybe it's people that are having problems communicating with the aliens that have arrived. Or maybe it's a dog that just wants some food and can't communicate that to its owner. There's a lot of ways that you can interpret these. And then again, any story or scene that you would like, just make sure that there's an interesting conversation between 2 or more people, because that is the definition of dialogue. You can also do an internal dialogue, but I think it might be better, especially for the punctuation, if we have people actually talking in some way, shape, or form. So that's it. As always, can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Thanks, and have a great day.